Welcome to whatever podcast we call it. I mean, we don't call it a podcast. It was like some kung fu skill show off session for Qiling. well, that is proper. That is proper. Okay, that is proper name. So how are you guys? So you guys in the same city or what?
Yeah, we work at the same workplace in Pinerolo near Turin in Italy. So
Okay.
yeah, right now we are at home.
So which city are you guys in right now?
Yeah, we are in the same city. Yeah, Pinerolo.
Milan and
No. We are near Turin, another big city in Italy.
okay.
That is something like 1.5 hour driving from Milan,
Okay.
or 1 hour by high-speed train.
Okay. I
So-
was in me and my wife was in Florence.
Oh,
All right,
Okay.
and yes, and we drive up to we drive all the way from Florence to I think we drive up to Pisa, the Leaning Tower of
Okay.
Pisa. All right, and then we cross over to the colorful village, the five village. What do you call that again?
The
five-
colorful village.
The fishing village or whatever village you call it. The nice.
Venice.
No, I mean we ended up in Venice. We ended up in Venice, but
Genoa.
let me see.
Yeah,
That-
there are many nice places in Italy, by the way.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think the Riviera coastline somewhere around there. Riviera, whatever.
I
Really
never
nice.
been
Okay.
there.
The proper name, I don't know. Montaretto, somewhere around there. I don't know.
Montaretto.
The fishing village. I mean, the place is amazing. The place is amazing.
Don't know, but
But
yeah.
But again, like you say, you have a lot of nice places in Italy. So
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when there is maybe more smaller places. Yeah, you can find like hundreds of them near you, so it's
yeah.
quite difficult to check them
I
them out
when
all.
yeah when even the trip in Florence, I hired a fishing guide. So that guy brought me to fish. It was brown trout. I caught some brown trout. It's a nice experience.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys fish? No?
In the past, I fished, but I never liked it too much.
Okay.
But, yeah, I know how to fish and all the stuff. I don't know how called them in English, to be honest, because I only fished with my grandfather, so
Okay.
he don't know English, and it's more.
I do a lot of fly fishing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I do a lot of
I
fly
know.
fishing. Yeah. Even until now. I mean, we don't have they don't have many places in China to do fly fishing, especially southern part. So yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So okay, where is my? So let's talk about something about yourself.
Go, David.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. My name is Davide, and I work in Shielder, and it's this company located in north of Italy, near Turin. And like I always liked to play with computers, so to play with electronics, and I did I studied at the University of Milan, and I got a degree in computer security. And yeah, so I always liked doing security and play with stuff and like open devices and look what's inside. I'm a very curious person, so
yeah,
I love doing this. Yeah, I see your workbench. Yeah.
My name is Andrea, and I work in Shielder too.
Okay.
And since the first year at high school, I say I was studying computer science, and I choose that I prefer to break things instead of making one.
Okay.
And I currently enrolled at the University of Milan in the same course of Davide, so bachelor in computer science security. And what what to say? I love breaking things, and I really interested in IoT field, because it's like a window in the past for most of the devices. So to feel like a 19th hacker with buffer overflow and stuff like that.
It's always fun to break things. I totally agree. Yeah. So I know that you guys prepared some slide for us. So I got a list of questions. I got a list of standard questions, and you guys already covered. I believe you guys already covered in the slides. So yes, I guess I'm gonna pass it to you guys to talk about the slides, and I guess along the way you guys are gonna cover some answers, and then is there a demonstration? Is that a quick small demo, or yes or no?
Unfortunately, we don't have.
Okay.
No.
Because I saw a blank slide at the end of the slide, so I thought that is a demo or something. So yeah. So go ahead.
I removed the last slide like 5 minutes before joining.
Oh, right. So that's all your fault.
Yeah.
You're gonna buy me some. You're gonna buy me some espresso if I'm gonna step into Italy again.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
Yeah. Not
give
Americano.
me
Fuck Americano. We go for proper espresso.
No. Yeah, proper espresso.
Oh yeah. All right, go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
I will move the slides for you.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So we have prepared this slide to like guide some kind of discussion. So if you have a question and you wanna like stop us to ask something, feel free to like do it.
Okay.
And so going on with the first slide, we are David and Andrea from Shielder. The next, and we prepared like this slide for the podcast. The second slide is about our company.
Okay.
And
oops, hold on. Yep.
yeah, and Shielder is an Italian IT security company. We are mainly focused on application security, so we test like websites, application from like every kind of aspect. But we are also into networking and red teaming, and we also do IoT hardware security. And me and Andrea like are the guys that do IoT and hardware penetration tests. We also have a security research team, and we publish our findings in our blogs, and we publish also advisory on our website.
Okay.
And we also have a strong meme game. Yeah. So in the next.
What do you mean by strong meme game?
Yeah, we like memes, and we also put them in every like blog post and like
okay.
articles. Like we love to make jokes.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna move.
Yeah,
So your face, all right?
yeah, our faces and our handles, so you can follow us on Twitter and GitHub and all the places you want.
Okay.
We already did a presentation before, so we can go to the agenda.
Okay.
Like the first part, we can talk a little bit about our chilling use cases.
Okay.
So when we use chilling in our workplace and how. Then we will move on to Chilling Lab, that is a project that we like developed this summer, I think. Then a brief introduction into some exploit development as Christmas presents that we did last Christmas.
Okay.
And finally, some bare metal assembler emulation with chilling.
Okay. So how often you guys use chilling to do your research? So it's like every week, every month, every 600 days.
Yeah. Go on.
I think it's more few times a year.
Okay,
Because we are a small company, so we both me and Davide work a lot with applications, web application and applications. So we have few works during the year on the IoT and hardware.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to increase the number of this assessment.
Okay.
But yeah, we use during strictly related work time, I think 5 times a year. At least the last year I used for 5 different projects.
Cool.
Chilling, sorry. I
matter.
misspell it every time.
It doesn't matter. You know, the fun thing is the proper spelling should be Qilin. The proper
So it's spelled Qiling.
it's in Chinese language is Qiling, and the proper way to
Qiling, okay.
spell it is Qilin.
Okay.
But for people like us, when we spell Qiling and Qiling, it's supposed to have a G at the end. Without the G, it sounds funny. So it should be. So when I registered the domain, when I named the GitHub repositories, when I started to do everything, I was like, okay, Qiling without realizing it, until I tried to type the Chinese character in the Chinese spelling method. I couldn't find a word, and I realized I fucked it up. But yeah, that is a fact. It's a real story.
Nice.
And yeah.
There is a meaning for the name, or
it's a prosperity type of dragon. So the concept of dragon, it compared to the Western world and the Chinese world, it's totally different. Dragon simply represents the emperor. It is a sign of emperor. And then they have another type of dragon, which is called Qiling. It's not the dragon. This one looks more like a mutated lion. A mutated lion that looks like a dragon, which is green in color, and it's a sign of prosperity.
Okay.
So nice. This is some Asian kind of creature. And they have the similar thing in Vietnam, in Cambodia. I think even I'm not too sure about Thailand, but I do believe they have a similar thing, similar naming. They name the name is pretty much similar, the pronunciation is pretty much similar, and that creature looks pretty much the same.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
So that is Qiling. Yeah.
So that's where the logo comes from.
Yeah, that's where the logo comes from. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that creature is called Qiling. Yeah. So yeah, go on with the lab. That the most interesting thing we have seen.
Yeah, so we were saying that basically we don't do super lot of IoT activities, but when we do IoT and hardware penetration tests, like most of the time we use Qiling.
Okay.
And so we developed the Qiling Lab, that is like a challenge, a binary challenge.
Okay.
That like came from an idea of mine, because there was this challenge called Frida Lab that was developed to like improve your knowledge of Frida by solving this Android application with the use of Frida. And so I said to myself, like, I can develop like a binary challenge and try to solve it with the use of Qiling. And so next slide, like, like I hate to read documentation and I prefer like learn by doing, and the examples in the Qiling repo are really useful. Like all the yeah, they are kind of.
Everybody complained about the example. They was like, fuck this shit.
But they are a lot. So like you can try on many different like examples, many different scenarios. And I wanted to play like with Qiling in some different one.
Okay.
So I came up with this binary.
Okay.
Where there are like 11 challenges, different challenges where you need to like do stuff with the memory, write in the right places, hook some syscall, and like use almost every API of Qiling.
Okay.
And like there was a huge community response for the challenge, because like in the first 3 or 4 days, like 6 write-up popped up, like complete write-ups on how to solve the challenges. And I had prepared a solver, and I said to myself, yeah, I can like release the solver after some weeks. Then like many write-ups popped up. So yeah, I said, okay, never mind. I can like don't publish the solver, and so yeah.
A lot of people solve it, so that no point for you to release the solver.
Yeah, no point for me. Yeah.
Yep. So, okay.
Yeah, we created 2 binaries, one for 8664 and one for ARM in 64 bits.
Yep.
And obviously you could solve the challenges in many different ways, also without using Qiling, but with the use of Qiling, you will need to like explore all the APIs, and it was like really funny for me writing these challenges, and like I didn't expect so much feedback from the community, to be honest.
So my question is, were you guys willing to do the were you guys still interested to do the version 2 of Qiling Lab?
Yeah, of course.
So we're gonna do this announcement right now, okay? So I have a couple of this. So it's still in the box. We're gonna do a Of course, I'm gonna ship it to you guys.
Ooh, nice.
All right, so I'm gonna ship it to you guys. I'm gonna ship one each for you guys, and then I think it's pretty much cool for me to let's do 5. The first 5 right up.
Okay.
The
cool.
first 5 right out. We're gonna ship 1 mark each. How about that? For the Qiling Lab too.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Cool.
So
Really
after this, give me your address. I'm gonna ship it tomorrow to you guys too.
Okay, thanks. Super.
It's dirt cheap, and it's ceramic. It's nicely done. The entire thing is nicely done. I love it.
So you can replace mine. It's almost the same color, but
throw that
yours
shit.
is cool. I will throw it right now.
You see. They even have a cover. They even have a cover, so you can like.
Oh.
So you can have
Wow.
Really cool.
A
really,
wooden
really
cover.
cool.
So yeah. I love
Wow,
it.
nice.
This kind of thing is so cheap over here. I think it's around 8 euros.
Okay.
Maybe lesser.
Yeah, that probably is cheaper than making in our country or generally speaking in Europe, I guess.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't do this in Italy. It's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, and probably they will kill you because you ask to do something like this.
So this is about 5. The first 5 rank ups. Then give me your address.
For Qiling Lab 2.
Yeah, I'll ship it to you guys.
Nice.
The shipment is gonna be more expensive than the bloody mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 5. Yeah, let's do it. 5. All right. So after New Year is fine. Let's do it January, mid-January. I think it's okay. Take your time. But yeah, we got a teaser right now.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So yeah, Christmas. Yes, tomorrow. In
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the previous one.
No.
This part is of me. No, I mean
the previous Christmas, yeah.
The
Last
previous Christmas.
Okay. Last year.
2020.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what the scenario or the context? We was analyzing CPA, or actually telco home router.
Okay.
That is rebranded by many telcos. So like there is one producer and everyone put their logos on it, saying, "Oh, we made this."
I know. It happens here. especially those TV setup box.
Yeah, definitely. So we have this device in our office, and we started working on it before Christmas holidays. And at some point, I went back to my parents' house for Christmas holidays for something like 1 week. But I was really hyped. Because before leaving the office, I found misuse of a potential vulnerable C function that is a printf with a format string. So all the stuff, but never dies.
Wow, format string. Wow.
And so I was away from the device. I have only the binary and a copy of the rootfs because we got access to the device.
Okay.
But we know without access to the device, I forgot to set up network before leaving the office, and there is a when you arrive like 100 kilometers away, and you think, okay, I forgot something, and when you realize, fuck. So I thought, okay, no panic. I know a tool that can solve this problem, Qiling. So I stopped the environment and I stopped some function. Probably I wrote something about these things in next slide.
Okay.
And after I stopped some problematic functionalities that tries to read the special devices and other stuff, and I understood how the web server actually send data to the CGI binary. I set up the environment and all the stuff. At some point, I have the actual binary run like in the real environment on the device. And I use two interesting features from Qiling, the coverage tool and the GDB server. So actually, I have everything to actually develop and debug the exploit. So I spent like a few days in order to find the proper path from unauthenticated and to reach the vulnerable sprintf call. And at some point I placed some 0x41 in the return address, and I really felt like being in the 19th with a buffer overflow and executable stack and things like that. Actually, the exploit has some constraints because there is address randomization enabled in the kernel, but the device is a mixed issue, so we ended up with something like in 1 million requests. I know it's a lot, but there is good chance to hit again the same address. So normally in an hour we can get a root shell on the device from a unauthenticated user. So it's interesting. More than the actual bug we found in the binary is I done those things from my parents' home with my working laptop only, and I thought, okay, this is something really powerful, and is a tool that I want to use in the future.
Looks like we did a great job, I think.
Yeah.
So do you guys actually get a CVE for this, or it's something that you guys do not yet disclose, or what?
We are still waiting for the vendor because we moved through telco, an Italian telco, and later they forwarded it to the producer. But they put it in low priority because they say that we actually didn't bypass Azure, but actually it's not a real problem because as I said, in around an hour we could get a root shell. So I don't think it's really safe. And we also discovered that in other devices that share the same binary from the same vendor, other models have the same vulnerability, and I proved those vulnerability. without buying actually the device. I just read the firmware from the internet and unpack it, and again I use the setup with Qiling, and I prove everything.
That is the original idea. Before we write Qiling, we have couple of firmware. We want to emulate it. We want to have a different API access to hook certain things, and we just cannot do it. That is the reason why I was talking to Quinn, and then I was like, since we have Unicorn, we should build. Since we have a CPU emulator, we should build a OS emulator on top of it. So that is how we have this thing.
Yeah. That's really cool, and I won't say that it speed up the process a lot, because I think with Unicorn, I love Unicorn. It's a really great tool, and will be the main topic of the next few slides, but requires some specific knowledge of the CPU, and require a lot of work if you want to have a binary that actually uses syscall and stuff like that. So having Qiling that offer APIs is something that I really love, and saved me like probably month of work before getting something probably working.
Have you guys tried the MCU emulator in Qiling yet? The one that we emulated STM32? You should try that. It's fun.
Yeah, we saw the screenshot on Twitter about the display,
the LCD
visualization. Yeah, that's really nice.
I think we added two models, so we have the two common LCD displays. So maybe one of the challenge should goes into that. Okay, so Unicorn? No?
The last part. Some time ago, we started testing again another device.
Okay.
And in this case, we downloaded the firmware, and the firmware were encrypted, like a zip file with inside many single files for every partition. And every file was like kind of encrypted. Some were plain text, some were encrypted. Okay. And basically, the bootloader was based on U-boot, and it was unencrypted. So we loaded it inside our Ghidra instance. And we started reversing it, and these graphics show the booting of the firmware. Basically, the on disk every firmware partition is encrypted. U-boot is clear text, so unencrypted on disk. The device start U-boot that decrypts the Linux kernel with some custom patches, and then load the kernel. Then, once the kernel has finished the loading, every time it needs to read the data from the disk and from the MMC, it decrypts the sector that it's reading, and then use the decrypted data to do stuff, executing binaries and do stuff. So everything on disk is encrypted. And we wanted to decrypt the firmware and the rootfs in order to gain access to binaries without having to break the device. And also we needed a vulnerability, because even the soldering the chips, the memory chips, wouldn't do anything because the partition are encrypted. So in the next slide, we used the Unicorn. Like we invested 4 days on reversing the bootloader because it was like stripped and bare metal, and it was a little pain with Ghidra to understand like where it was like the starting point for the functions after the interrupt table and everything.
Okay.
And then with Andrea, we said, okay, we don't want to like rewrite the decryption algorithm in Python. We can like emulate it with Unicorn.
Okay.
And so on day 5, we loaded up the bootloader in Unicorn. We said, okay, start executing write and at the decryption function and take this memory. We loaded the kernel in memory, and then Unicorn just executed our decryption function, and we got back the decrypted kernel. So like it was really, really easy to do. And after that, like I prepared like patch for Qiling in order to like do. Okay, in the next slide we have a meme.
Yep.
Yeah, rewrite the decryption function in Python. No, emulate the decryption function with Unicorn. Yeah.
And you got the new Unicorn logo.
Yeah.
and we always wanted to do this. There is a Slack late and then update for Capstone, for Keystone, for Unicorn Engine. And I guess with the new team member joining in, especially with Lazy Meal, I believe you guys spoke to him.
Yeah.
So now we have a more proper development phase right now. So any request, any support issue will be addressed more intact, more appropriate time. Response will be more faster right now, I hope, compared to compared to the olden days. You know, only Queen alone try to save the entire world.
You said it, you recorded it.
Yeah, I recorded.
Yeah, recorded.
Why? I mean,
the worst recording of the entire life for everyone.
I mean, we should be real, you know. If we want to fuck Queen, we fuck Queen. We don't care. Okay, so your last slide.
Yeah, next slide. Yeah. So Unicorn is really powerful, but like we said before, needs some time to set up. You need to like set up all the configuration, memory setup, and so I said to myself, Qiling is using Unicorn, and I already knew that Qiling could like emulate shellcode. So like when you emulate shellcode, you don't have all the operating system like support, so it should be easy to tell Qiling to just emulate a bare metal binary without all the extra stuff for handling system calls and everything.
Okay.
And so I did a like super easy patch to allow Qiling to handle bare metal binary with a new loader. And like it went super easy and it worked like a charm. And so I said to myself, yeah, I can make a pull request and later like add some more feature like interrupt handlers and everything. And then when I asked you guys, would you like a pull request? Then I realized that like some days before, CQ already sent a pull request in the dev branch.
Yeah. CQ, you fucked everything up. Yeah. He contacted us in a Telegram, and then he was like, I got this U-boot thing. Do you like it? I was like, yeah, of course. We always wanted U-boot, and when I look at it, I wasn't too happy with the design. I mean, the code is perfect. It's just the design. how he plays the things and all these things, and then after a few changes, that is what we see today. So it's totally separate from the OS part. It's more on the bare metal part. So that is where the U-boot design. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Really nice.
It's fun, you know, CQ, and then those few people that they try to put in PR and all these things, and yeah, you guys miss a chance.
Yeah, we will prepare another pull request for another feature, maybe. Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, the lab 2 is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, any more comments that you guys love to make for Qiling, or any advice that you guys you know want to tell us, or any things that you think we do it badly, you want to fuck us right now? Don't do it right now. This is the right time. It's recorded, so.
Okay, I will go with the documentation. I made some PR to the documentation because especially at first with Qiling, I came across with a problem, and I thought, okay, I need these things, and I spent 5 minutes searching across the documentation, and there is no documentation for some stuff, and so go back to the source code, read how you handle the stuff, copy the code, and move my script, and change a few things. So I know it's difficult to make documentation for everything, but sometimes I felt really there is only maybe the name of the functionality without no description and what is supposed to do. So yeah, you need to search for specific functionality in source code and read. I know I could have made more PR to the documentation, but I don't love does it for internal stuff like internal wikis. So I found it difficult to do this also on the internet. That
looks like we really need to fix this. Everybody complain about the same thing.
Yeah.
One thing, Ally, that guy from the previous podcast, he suggested that we should rearrange the example according to a function and not only OS. So that is something that I'm still thinking. I'm still looking at it. Maybe that is definitely a very good suggestion. It's just that how much time maybe during this Christmas holiday I should spend more time to clean up the documentation, and before we call for the next release, it should be within these few days. We will call for the next release that will include in the U-boot and so forth.
Yeah, I think for example will be really cool if generally speaking maybe more real life script because when you have a real life binary and you try to run it, you normally come across with tricks and strange things that the developer made, or maybe the binary tried to access specific devices, like it was for me with the scenario the story I tell from the router, and actually I developed a script and I put some interesting hook and fix. For example, the binary in my case tries to access some devices made in memory, but it don't really need those devices to follow most of the path.
Okay.
So I hooked unmapped memory,
Okay.
and I just map memory every time he tries to access this memory. I know it's a it's a really dirty trick, but it's worked. It works. So I actually developed an exploit with this trick because the binary actually ran on in emulation. So there is some strange things that maybe with real examples will be really helpful for everyone starting. Just check how people do stuff, sharing things. So if we are going to publish the advisory or stuff like that, I will for sure push the script on the repo. But until this time, it is under NDA, so I can't right now.
It's a very interesting suggestion, and one thing that I want to mention is let me write this thing down in the to-do list. Contributor checklist, document an example. Okay, so I'm gonna add one here. More realistic real life example. Okay, so the entire idea of when we design Qiling, it's supposed to be enable the user, people like you, to have the ability to do dirty tricks towards the binary. That is the entire design. So that is the reason why the hook is there, the memory read write is there, the register is there, the file system mapping is there. Even the file system mapping, it's supposed for you, and then the fs function, the whatever functions that we put in. So let's say you try to emulate a firmware that goes into Bluetooth, and you don't have a Bluetooth, you can always map it into a function. Then that is where you started to have your customized Bluetooth. So you don't have a proper Bluetooth device, but you always can write a function to emulate a Bluetooth input output into the firmware for you to do a thing. So it's quick and dirty, and hopefully it works. That is the entire idea.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's super useful in many cases. I remember like one challenges of the version 1 of Qiling Lab was to make dev urandom to collide to the syscall get random, and so you needed to like hook the system call and hook the file system mapping of dev urandom, and then make them collide, make them return the same random values, and like it's supposed to do like dirty tricks with Qiling in order to like work.
Yeah, so the entire idea is dirty trick. You are right. So there's no such thing as dirty trick. That is the proper way, according to the Bible. All right,
made with love and dirty tricks.
As long as it works, there's no dirty tricks. I mean, without Qiling, without the days without Qiling, we patch it manually. If the firmware cannot run with a QEMU user mode, we have to patch it manually. Then we try to rerun again, and we go into another issue, and then we patch again, and then we run again, we patch again, we run again. So yeah, that's the entire idea. We wanted to patch on the fly. Fuck that shit, you know. I still remember the days that we open up with IDEA Pro, and then we load in Keystone with key patch.
Key patch.
Key patch. Key patch is amazing. Yeah.
Used it like many times.
Yeah, key patch amazing. I'm not too sure whether we are allowed to say this. If I'm not allowed to say this, I will cut this part off. IDEA Pro officially will integrate what do you call that again? Keystone engine into IDA Pro.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I'm not too sure which version. But they already reached out to us, and then Queen already say okay, and I think the coming version they will integrate in KeyPatch. I mean
Wow.
Keystone. It must be their version
Yeah.
of KeyPatch, but officially Keystone will be in.
Yeah.
So we have Keystone in IDEA Pro. We have a Capstone in WebKit, Apple WebKit, and then I think we have a Unicorn Engine or we have in Android. I think we have Unicorn Engine in Android. Or the Android
Whoa.
SDK. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. GG.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Really cool.
Thank you for your time. And we hope to see. Really looking forward to see the Qiling Lab 2.0
Yeah. Thank you for inviting us.
with the mark.
The mug, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. After this, give me your address. I try to send it over. I think it will take around
Yeah.
2 weeks to arrive, maybe less.
Okay.
And your t-shirt size. I still have some t-shirt. If I have the size, I'm gonna ship it to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Cool. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for inviting us there, and yeah. Keep doing this great job with this tool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Send me some espresso, some proper espresso.
I don't know if you want it shipped.
No.
But you can come in Italy, and we will go out and take offer you a proper espresso.
I can drink coffee all day long.
We are in the same boat.
All right. Cool. Okay, buddy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye.